1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. My name is Jonathan, but you can call me Johnny for short, or Super if you're really fancy. But, anyways, welcome to the Great Big Boring Podcast, or the Great Boring Podcast for short. That's why I'm calling it, anyways. So, this is more like an introductory episode where I talk different topics around the world, and those topics will be boring. Thus the name, Great Boring Podcast. Now, you might be wondering, what is this person doing here on this podcast channel? What are they doing that is so influential? Problem is, nothing much. I talk a bunch about different topics that I want to talk, and I will upload a new podcast episode whenever I feel like it. This is episode 1 of this podcast, which I don't know what to call this episode yet, but you'll see it in the title. Don't worry. Now, fact about, let me just get the introductions out of the way before we just go on this journey. Of course, I'm recording this in the Great British Monarchy, but I'll be returning soon home. Where's home? I don't know. Home is wherever home is. Might be homeless, might be there, but I like to be private. Anyways, these topics will range from mild funniness to topics of seriousness. Yes, that is literally what I'm saying right now. As some people know in my life, I have the case of less stupidity, which means I'm stupid. As you can see, if you weren't, Sherlock Holmes, then I'll be the Sherlock Holmes, you'll be the Watson. Anyways, enough joking around, enough fucking around. I'm sorry for swearing, if that's alright with you. I'll just allow myself 2 F-bombs per episode. That was 1, but that's fine. Anyways, what's next? Does anybody remember Hayley Welsh, that hip to it girl? Yeah, she is in a bit of hot water right now because she promoted this coin that she made that is called Hawk. The Hawk to a coin. Who knew that a girl who said 2 stupid words on the internet, the internet, would get a podcast, get so famous, and then make her own crypto. I guess you can say Hayley Welsh is the new Logan Paul, in a sense that he scams people, that she scammed people. It's more like a pump and dump scheme and less lunchly type of BS. Speaking of lunchly, does anybody know what Mr. Beast has been up to since those dog pack exposés of 2024? It feels like Ava Chris Tyson just was the first domino to fall. Then came dog pack. Then came soggy cereal. And then everything just started going to shit. Yeah. It started going downhill. And another thing that I really want to get out of the way, and I hope this does not stop recording because I've had to stop recording once, but does anybody know Bobby Altoff? Yeah, that woman who had this sarcastic old podcast. She was like the great hot thing back in the day. Honestly, her sarcastic thing kind of inspired me to make the Great Boring Podcast. Bobby Altoff, I don't know how to say your name. Piss off, alright? Bobby Altoff, thank you for inspiring me to do this boring podcast. And about this podcast, yes, we're returning. I like to flip out topics. You'll get used to it. About this podcast, I will upload this podcast whenever I feel like it. Because I don't have enough topics to talk about, and I'm not writing a script. I'm just winging it. This is the winging it, and that's the special thing, It'll be boring, yes, but it'll be self-referential in time. Another thing. Does anybody even remember 6ix9ine? Yeah, that rapper, 6ix9ine. This was like, he was the hottest new thing. He was like, hot. But now he's just a piece of shite, rotting away in the prison cell. I mean, his first album is good, some people say. Now, I'm not a rap listener, so I'm just going off of people's opinions, alright? Thank you very much. His first album was good. His second album was decent. His third album put people to sleep, and his fourth one, yeah, I don't think that's coming anytime soon. Was it the fourth or the fifth one? I'm not too sure. Don't bother me. Anyways, what else? The Beatles. Yes, I'm switching topics to the Beatles right now. The Beatles have released a new documentary called The Beatles 1964. But in short, it's Beatles 64. I started watching it a couple minutes ago. Yeah? Before recording this podcast, I think it's going to be a pretty good documentary series. I mean, it's capturing a bit of a vital, important piece of Beatles history. And I genuinely wish that John and George were still around to this very day. I mean, sure, they'd be able to do stuff like music, But as Freddie Mercury said, I think 80 is just like a boring age to live. He died young. They all died John and Freddie died quite young. Not George. He lived until his 60s, I think. It's plumbing cold here, but yeah. I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Now, another thing. I mean, does anybody even remember Ellen DeGeneres? Yes, Ellen DeGeneres. That Ellen DeGeneres. I mean, she has done God knows what. And she decided, hey, I'm going to be a comedian on Netflix. I'm Ellen DeGeneres. I fucking hate people. That's the second F-bomb, and I'm allowed to not say it anymore. I'm allowed to say silent of the F-bombs. Anyways, continuing onwards with the Ellen DeGeneres. Ooh. I mean, she was this nice gal on TV, and then she decided to be mean, and then she disappeared for a couple years, and then came back and was like, hey guys, let's be together. Come on, give me a hug. Somebody, I'm nice. I've always been nice. Come on. I mean, sure, I don't know how to drive a stick shift, but come on. Anybody, please? Oh, I'm alone. I mean, who honestly thought that this shite should be on TV? To be quite frank with you, I have no idea how she got popular. Hell, sure, I might be a bit of a greater comedian than her. Yes, my ego is a bit high, but, who knows? Another thing that I want to talk about is... let me find something to talk about, because I do need something. Aha! Here's a good record that I think should soothe your nerves. It's called Benji X Scarlett's Horrible Songs. I mean, who thought that this guy who makes emo rock music could get popular from brain rot? I mean, there's Inside Out 2 songs, Sprunky songs, Sprunky songs, Sprunky songs. Oh, god damn it, there's so many of them. Yeah, it's like so many of these Sprunky songs that I don't even know what is happening. It's like he likes milking shit for the money. Now, another thing about Mr. Benjix, which I'm gonna call him from now on. Yes, Benjix, sue me. This dude, Benjix, he loves to make his spunky songs. He really loves. I mean, if he loves his spunky songs, why does he go marry them? Of course, kindergarten. Of course, kindergarten insults that I use will definitely piss him off. I mean, if you don't see this podcast after this entire introductory episode, then you probably know what happened. Anyways, I mean, who decided that this dude should get popular? Of course, the little kitty godness, but literally, there's Rev, Egg Boy, who else? Key Boy. Why did I say Egg Boy? Angween. And there's also others that decide to talk about them, you know. Who knows, Curse might talk about them soon. But anyways, yeah. I mean, Rev said practically jack shit about Benji, and he's like, who said something about me? Make a song, including my spunky YouTube song. I'm sorry if I'm using these horrible accents. Rip's definitely gonna make a video saying why I'm the worst podcast ever. I mean, that's literally the entire point, Ref. That's literally the entire point. It's boring, it's trash, it's not funny, and most importantly, it's bad. It's bad, really bad. But I'm just doing it for the sake of it, because I have nothing else better to do with my time, and if I had anything else to do with my time, then I'd just be sitting in a toilet, pondering why I'm still alive, and possibly stay in the shower for like several hours. Who knows? Who cares? Anyways, moving along. Does anybody know? Does anybody even want to talk about JoJo Siwa? Because I do. And certainly, it's gonna be decent. I don't know. JoJo Siwa uploaded a new music video, Choose Your Fighter, which technically had some lyrics stolen from somebody else, just like the windmill dance, and Karma, which definitely wasn't bought by JoJo, but she stole it. She didn't buy it. No. I'm not denying. The source is Trust Me Bro, and her channel, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Of course, she uploads shit like Karma with her neck-snapping dance. I mean, can I even call that a dance? I mean, by the time she does her 100th Karma dance, no, 1,000 Karma dance, then she will have definitely snapped her neck. I mean, her neck hurts already. And just like, she might snap it in like a year. In a year's time. A good while. And this was the same girl who was on Dance Moms where Abby Lee Miller just decided to scream, JoJo, have you learnt nothing, you cunt? That's just quite there. And another thing, who the hell decided that Jack Doherty was a good idea? Like, who decided that he was such a great idea? Like, sure, you can get famous on YouTube and stuff, but like, who decided to give this kid attention? Like 12, 13 years of age starting YouTube? Sure, he was a good kid, but then he decided to rage bait, start an OnlyFans, and yeah. And now he's apparently trying to get some deals in gambling, which the source is Trust Me Bro, again. And literally, like, this kid can really strike a nerve when you're like not there. Like, the only thing that you can really get from rage baiting is just being punched in the face. That's what I think. Like, honestly. And switching topics again. Alex Lennon. Yes, Alex Lennon. He recently released a new a web comic series, like, if that's what you want to call it. He recently released one, and it's Alexander and Jacob, the Revival, which honestly, I read the thing. It was pretty damn good. Honestly, there are some things that I like. Some of the jokes were pretty funny. The art style and the writing were just good. The art style was great, actually. So, yeah. Honestly, 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, if this can have a bit of a more bit more there. If it was in a bit more better written, if that's what you want to say, if it was betterly written, then yeah, it could have gotten an easy 10 out of 10, but right now, 8.5. But honestly, still, great comic series, not gonna lie. Alex Lennon, you have done a great job. If you want to read it, I might leave a link down in the description of this episode. And yeah, I'm slowly running out of things to talk about. So, I might just scour the internet for something else because I have no idea what to do now. So, yeah. Let's talk about Bella the Wolf. Somehow, unfortunately, Bella the Wolf, she was a gacha rage baiter. This is all you need to know. Practically everybody on the internet has heard of that little shite. Like, she was like, please give me attention. Give me attention. Like, honestly. And the way that she revealed her face just really reminds me of my ex. Just like, she's ugly. They're both actually ugly. I mean, you might say they're one and the same, actually. And I'm not implying that Bella the Wolf is my ex-girlfriend, because who the hell wants to date a bitch like her? Yes, who wants to date her? Honestly, she's ugly. She has an unlikable personality. She hates Christianism, even though I'm not Christian. You can't disrespect religion like that, honestly. Like, that is bad. That is really, really bad. Not gonna lie, they're both cunts. You know, Bella and somebody else. Insert somebody else here, yeah, of course, because I have no blooming idea of what to do. So, yeah, you know what? Let's talk about something really, really obscure, because I've kind of run out of topics, and we're wrapping up soon. By we, I mean me, because there's one person here, and that is going to be me. And no, I'm not recording a video to this. No. Anyways, does anybody even remember Pink Sauce? Like, it was the whole entire thing. It was like the most hyped up thing of the 2020s. Possibly 2021, 2022, somewhere around that time. And by Chef P, P-I-I, and not, I don't know, Go Piss Girl. Like, it was pink, it tasted like ranch, and Chef Go Piss Girl, aka Chef P, decided, nah, I'm just gonna monetize it. And it had risks of botulism. Yes, botulism, which occurs from raw honey. And also garlic cloves, because why? And the fact that she made this and thought FDA was just all about drugs, like, what's the FDA? What's the FDA all about? Like, Like, I don't sell medicine. I sell food. I sell this sauce that's pink. Obviously, she don't know what the F and the F goddamn DA stands for. Like, who thought that this little bitch ass? I don't have the words. I don't. I can. I know what I have to do, but I don't have. I don't know if I. I don't know if I don't. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this uncut. I don't know if I have the strength to do it. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. That's the thing, you know? Anyways, for the first several episodes that I'll be uploading, which will come from today all the way till Monday, all this will be recorded, and then I'll just post sporadically, like a spasm, a muscle spasm, a spasm that muscles. Yeah. Anyways, I guess that's it for the Great Boring Podcast. Episode 1. The introductory episode. Anyways, I might change the title later, but I don't know. But for now, this has been the Great Boring Podcast. Thanks for stopping by, and if you would like to see more of that, you might want to hit that heart, subscribe. I don't know how these types of podcasts work, but hey, if you want to see more of this boring stuff, then make sure to drop a follow or something like that, because honestly, this might be either one episode long, or I'll just continue it until I probably die, which will be 30 years from now. Probably 30, maybe 40, but I don't want to continue this for, like, forever. Hell, all good things must come to an end. And the Great Boring Podcast will end whenever the slop doesn't stop. The Great Boring Podcast will definitely end when the boring slop, will stop rolling in. Anyways, I've been your host, Johnny, aka Super, and this has been the Great Boring Podcast. And once again, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you probably tomorrow. See ya. And that's the end of the episode. We're going offline in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.